So welcome back. Today we're looking at the new feature on the Navionics app, which is relief shading. This will transform your chart from something pretty standard to an absolutely awesome looking chart. It highlights all the pinnacles, the gullies. So let's go to the shambles, and if we go into the overlays and go down to relief shading, the new overlay, click on that, and you will see it will transform your chart straight away. So it shows all the rises, the decreases, the pinnacles, the gullies. Really makes it stand out compared to what it did look like before. So there you go, Portland Bill there, and the shambles. You can see all the valleys, the gullies, some holes there, all the pinnacles. It shows the contour of the area a lot better, makes for much easier viewing. So you can see these gullies here a lot easier, and the holes. Just makes it for all round better viewing. Makes these gullies stand out a lot better and a lot easier. Some lovely gullies through there. Alright, let's move. Let's just zoom in on some of these markers over here. Same again. You can see it's just much easier viewing, so you can see the gullies and the pinnacles, ridges and ledges. You'll notice a lot as you're flicking through here. A lot of my markers are in gullies, around ridges, on the ridges, along pinnacles. It just sort of, imagine not fishing this areas before and you're trying to find somewhere to go. It just shows you where to go, really, without having to spend hours upon hours searching grounds. And the old basic chart, you can see where the rises are and that because of the amount of lines as it darkens out. But with this new feature, it just makes them pop a lot easier, so you can see them. So you know, it just takes the time out of spending hours looking through your charts trying to find areas. You can just zoom into any old area now, and it just shows you exactly where you should be fishing. Really, it does to me anyway, and I'm sure it will to a lot of you guys the more you use it. So if we zoom in on some more markers, and same again, you can see that they're all sat on pinnacles. So that's obviously what it did look like before. A lot of my markers will all be around ledges, a lot of drift fishing. So with the relief shading, it just really makes it so much easier. It takes the thought out of having to work out whether it's a ridge coming up, a ledge dropping, whether it's a gully, whether it's a bank. It does make it work a lot better. I mean, you can see my markers, and then, you know, looking at that now, you can see there's a few more further down that are worth a look. You can see the ridges and the ledges, and then the really shallow areas. So this is over towards Christchurch Ledge now. Same again. They just stand out so much easier. The ledges pop a lot better. All the pinnacles. Just makes for a much easier viewing. And you can see that one of my markers there is right on top of that pinnacle. Same again. So what I'm trying to show you guys here is, you know, that straight away, the way it highlights all of the pinnacles and stuff, it just makes it so much easier. You know, it's almost thought-free fishing. Now, with a glance, you can look at an area and go, well, there's some nice ledges there, there's a nice gully, there's a big trough that runs through there, so the fish are going to hold up in that gully. If you've got an area with high pinnacles, generally the sea conditions are going to be rougher, but it does depend on whereabouts you are. So let's just randomly run through this area here and just see if we can find somewhere. Just keep looking. Things just stand out to you as you're running across. It's definitely a very cool new feature to the navionics. There's so much ground through here that just looks really interesting. Yeah, it just makes it for much easier viewing and a lot less effort involved in it. You know, you can just randomly rock up, take your boat somewhere, rock up a random place, and you can find some amazing grounds with little ease. It just makes it so much easier to use the app. I don't see why anyone would not want to have it just switched on permanently. I know I will be. Some nice little gullies, some ledges, and you know, this is making this viewing of this chart so much easier because you've got no thought in it. You can just see straight away, they just stand out. Whereas before, all you would have is lots of black lines, and it just wouldn't really. You'd have to spend a lot of hours trying to work out what direction it is, whether it's a gully, whether it's a ledge. Whereas now it just stands out a lot easier. You can clearly see where the gullies are and where the ledges are. So I think that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed it.